Yo boys and girls, what's going on? It's your boy XP back at it with another banger Apex Legends video today, and today we're going to be going into talking about how you guys can win your 1v1 fights a lot more often and just increase your chances overall of winning these fights, and I really hope they keep them. So let's jump right into the video. Okay guys, so tip number one is going to be playing long range. I want you guys to be using longbows, scouts, or triple takes. I've actually broken down, played quite a few games of solos, and I found that this is a really good meta to combat what's currently going on. As we all know, people in ranked really like to use sniper tactics and quick peeks in order to pull off kills in the higher ranked games. So I figured, hey, why don't we bring the same thing to solos? And the interesting part about solos, when you bring this meta to it, is you have all these people running around and you run up on fights a lot. So you'll usually run up on like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 people fighting. If you have a longbow, it enables you to sit back out of the fight, and you're able to watch people rotate into the fight, and also by doing 55 damage a shot, you're also getting picks and stealing kills from other players there, and they're actually taking damage. So it's a really fun way to play, and it's very intelligent, and it comes in handy in long game. So I'm always usually rocking a sniper in solos unless I'm practicing for comp, and then I'm using my normal wingman peacekeeper loadout and I'm just pushing absolutely everything, but that's not exactly going to be the best way to win. Now, the second tip I got for you guys is play for placement, and you want to clear the area where you need to get to. So I don't really worry about this until the zone has about top 10 players left, you know, top 8, and the zone's getting kind of small. Like we're talking zone 3, maybe even 4 is when I start noticing this, and I start scouting the circle. And for some reason, a lot of players don't do this already, but I'll start scouting the circle. I'll start looking for where are the high grounds in the circle, where are the best choke points, and where can I position myself to have the best advantage. And then as that circle closes in, I usually like to get a spot, like especially for when it's top 5, where the circle is behind me, cuts off a way of getting onto my high ground, so I can pretty much negate that unless I hear a grapple. And that's very smart, and it helps out with a lot of games because you're not worrying about a 360 view, you're worrying about what's in front of you and what's going on in front of you. And that helps your aim a lot because you're not worried about getting shot in the back and having to do a flip. Now, the third tip I got for you guys is I want you guys to be confident. A lot of the people I kill for some reason don't seem that confident, and I've even gotten plenty of clips myself where confidence really helps in solos. So in solos, if you go and get into a fight and you take a lot of damage, a lot of people will run away, but that's exactly what the enemy expects. So if you take, I usually count to 3 and then pop back up, try to put out some damage, if not kill the enemy. Because when you put out that extra damage, it causes them to take a step back and heal, because then they get scared. Now, if they, in reality, if they would just continue pushing you with confidence, then they would win. But since you're having the confidence to fire back and force them into healing, then you're the one with the confidence. And that is most of the time what wins you the gunfights. Now, I'm not saying as soon as you take damage, you shouldn't heal. You definitely want to be behind cover. And I usually like peek out to the side, and then I see if they're going to push after 3 seconds. Because a lot of people, if they're not going to push within the first 3 seconds, they're not going to push at all, and they're probably going to heal. So that first 3 to 4 seconds is very prime to figure out what they're going to do after they hurt you. Because in solos, you guys don't have your teammates to back you up like you normally would in a squad match. Now, my fourth tip for you guys is going to be keeping the advantage. You guys, if you're in high ground and you damage someone, I have a lot of players lose to me where they had an obvious advantage over me and they made a mistake. And now good players, we will wait until you make a mistake. Patience is very key, especially in the end circles. And I usually just wait till players do make a mistake, and then I capitalize on it. I will try to constantly bait them out of what they are currently doing just in order to get at them or make them feel like they have the upper hand all of a sudden. Now, what I mean by don't lose your advantage is don't let better players bait you. So if you have a stronghold position, don't leave it. If you hurt them, don't chase. Only chase. My rule for chasing is if you can get to them in about 2 to 3 seconds, fine, go and chase them. If it takes you 4 to 5, maybe even 6 seconds to get to that spot, and what I mean by get to them, I mean get to them and get behind their cover and put damage on them. Because if not, they're gonna have heals and they're gonna end up resetting that fight. Now you have just taken your advantage stronghold play and made it a fair fight, which is about a 50-50 as to you're basically betting on gun skill at that point. And a lot of players are getting a lot better at Apex, I've noticed. So it's kind of the more intelligent ones mixed with good gun skill is what's winning a lot of the fights right now. Now, my fifth and final tip for you guys is carefully choose your landing. A lot of people aren't thinking about this off the drop. They're just going to their favorite drop because they don't have anyone telling them what to do. Some people forget that some places only have so much loot. Now, you guys want to be paying attention to how many teams and counting where these teams are going are at before you go to that spot. I've had countless games where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to market, and then there's 9 people going to market, so then I have to veer off to the town on the left of market just because so many people are there. But I'm absolutely astounded that nobody breaks off, and that automatically puts you at an extreme disadvantage for RNG. And over half of those people are automatically gonna die, not due to them being bad, but just due to them not being able to have a gun because there is not enough loot. And I see people die to that way too often, guys. There's way too many spots on this map to where you guys are not having to 9-10 people up into market, you know? Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like, and because it really helps the video out and it helps me out, and subscribe for more Apex content. I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on all sorts of tips, tricks, and news and events. Really appreciate it. All the support you guys have been showing me. It's absolutely insane. And I will see you guys in the next one. Tonight.